just don't worry about that. That's gonna be it for another video. And don't worry about me not having my hood on. I didn't feel like having my hood on because it's already hot in here because of the heater. So yeah. Anyways, we're here to talk about Vikings Giants. Giants Vikings, since we're going over there at Minnesota. And coming off a win against Washington, we're good. You know, we're good for the playoffs. And says here, not here, I'm just saying here. If we win this game against Minnesota, then we're in the playoffs. We get a good playoff berth. And I want to go to the playoffs. I really want to go to the playoffs. So we better win. I know we're not. Anyways, so we are going to Minnesota. And that defense, we're going to start off with them. That defense is, they've been getting cooked lately. They just get, let me see here because they, their last few games, they've been getting cooked in defense. Like, points have being put up. So, as from my computer, Vikings' last 5 games, dating back to November 20th against Dallas, they were shut out 40-3, right? Next week, they made New England's offense look really good. They won that game 33-26. The Jets, they put up some points on them as well, 27-22. They won that game. And then they got put up some points against Detroit, 34-23 in that loss. And then the infamous 33-0 comeback win where they won 39-36 in overtime. So, yeah, their defense hasn't been doing the greatest job just hanging on to the points. But that's their weakness. Our weakness is our offense because we can't get anything going. And you know what? I don't, Shane Lemieux's out. And that's pretty much it. There's 2 Giants that are out. I'll mention it in the defense, but we all pretty much know who that is. But yeah, our offense isn't that good in my eyes. Only saving grace of that is Andrew Thomas and Daniel Jones and Saquon. But I think Saquon can run through this Minnesota defense because they've been kind of gashed through this, thinking about it now, because if we're going to go by their last 5 opponents, they got gashed by Dallas, New England, forgot about the Jets, also Detroit, and Indianapolis? No, not Indianapolis. Somewhat Indianapolis. No, not Indianapolis, I don't think. However, yeah, their defense isn't that good from what I see, just looking based on this and based on the 33-0 game. They let up that many points, so our offense has like a little nudge because we're starting to. I don't want to say we're starting to throw up some points. It's just we can score whenever it's possible, but we can't score as much as say like Dallas or Indianapolis or those 5 teams previously mentioned. Offensively for Minnesota, however, they're just stacked. There's stars everywhere. Reading here, their center Bradbury's out. He's pretty good from what I've seen of him. And then Eric Hendricks and Cameron Dantzler are not out. I'm sorry, they're questionable to play, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna play. But oh wait, that was defense. Oops, my bad. But no, Dalvin Cook's been doing good. He's been really doing good. Justin Jefferson is having an amazing season, so there's no stopping him. Thielen, he's a red zone machine. Hawkinson, he can get the job done, whether it's first downs or touchdowns. They're just catching the ball. So, and KJ Osborne is a very, very good sleeper. He's very, under the radar too. So they have a stacked offense. Kirk Cousins can throw the ball, air it out too. So that's what I'm very worried about, because moving on to our defense, it's not the greatest out there. Brian Robinson just ran through our defense. Our run defense isn't that good. Our pass defense is probably, our pass defense might be. I'll give the run defense a slight edge to being the worst, because we're like bottom 5 in our run defense. Our pass defense is somewhat can handle it. However, when you're going against Dalvin Cook as a receiver too. Dalvin Cook as a receiver, T.J. Hawkinson, K.J. Osborne, Adam Thielen, and Justin Jefferson. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of points being put up considering Adori's out again. That was the other Giant. Adori's out. Fabian Moreau and Nick McLeod are being our cornerbacks 1 and 2 respectively, with Darnay in the slot, maybe Cordell, but our front four has been doing great. With the center with Bradbury out, I think Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence can get a couple of sacks and maybe some off the edge. Speaking of O-line, got Tibbs and Aziz. They've been doing their jobs. Aziz has been cooking after his injury, after being activated off of IR, and not only that, but Thibodeau has been doing the same. He's been really good, very productive. You know, he had that game against Washington a week ago, and that was his career day, man. So our career night, I should say. And you know, they've been eating. So if that O-line, because to me that's like a middle in the pack O-line as well. If they can get their job done, then that makes it easier, because that'll just rack up sacks and tackles for losses and whatnot. So I have faith that they will be able to do that. The only concern for me is the linebackers, because Collins got called up too. Or Collins got assigned to the active roster, Landon Collins that is. And he looked really good against Washington. So I'm hopeful to have a repeat performance, if not somewhat of a repeat performance against Minnesota. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Otherwise, if we're being realistic, I have Minnesota winning this game probably like 34 to like 23. 34 to 23. But as the Giants fan that I am, right? As the Giants fan that I am, I think and I want the Giants to win this. I want them to go to the playoffs. And this game, to me, is going to be probably 28 to 24. No, that's too high for me. No, 25 to 23. How about that? Something wonky, you know. But I am hopeful that we make the playoffs. I'm hopeful that we make the playoffs, because I started watching in 2018, and 2020 season was the closest thing we had to playoffs, which was not. I shouldn't be boasting about that, because that was not a great season for anyone in the East. But I would love to see them make the playoffs, even with this roster, man, because they've been through a lot. But yeah, otherwise, go Big Blue.